Well, at that point, I was a trial lawyer for IRS.
For the IRS?
Yeah,
okay.
and I stayed in that job for 5 years, and then I went to the Justice Department for 3, and then I was appointed to the U.S. Tax Court as a judge, where I served for 16 years.
So now you're a retired judge now. And,
I am.
And you're also doing, if I recall, arbitration, mediation, conflict resolution. Is that
exactly?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Now, is that only government contracts or anyone?
No. I have a business called Beyond Dispute.
Beyond Dispute.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
and an office on K Street, and I get, I get a lot of different kinds of business.
Okay, civilian, not just federal contracts, but civilian companies that do all businesses and are having a tax problem or a conflict with unions?
I don't do that. I don't do the labor stuff, but I do all kinds of commercial disputes between businesses, partners that have a falling out, and
I see.
I do a lot of things involving IRS. I've done a lot of mediations for businesses and between businesses and
dissolution of firms. You would get into that too?
Might. But I also have with a colleague, I do a lot of divorce mediation and child support and custody, which I think is very meaningful because it's really a way to help the parents work out a very painful situation in a way that's less damaging to the children.
And I would think, and this is my opinion now, or my comment, is that being such a litigious society today, that I think it's refreshing that what you're doing is trying to say, before we go to that route, that always exists for all of us, can we sit down and talk? And do you find that people, Carolyn, will are that way? Will say, yes, let's, before I get to that, because you respect their rights, respect their differences, etc. But to say, is there a way that we can go through and maybe cut through a lot of the other stuff without? We can always pull the pin on litigation. We can always do that. But is there another way? And I think you'd be, knowing your personality, I think you'd be good at that.
Oh, thank you.
You'd be able to solicit that and elicit that from the people who sit with you.
People are very responsive to the idea of mediation now. It's less expensive than litigation. It's private. You don't have all your dirty laundry hanging out there. If you're a business, you can protect your trade secrets because it's confidential. And you can pick your either arbitrator if you would want a decision, or you design it yourself with the help of a mediator. So you can get a win-win solution that way.